What's up, everybody? Danny Burke from Odd Chopper here to give you some recommendations for anytime touchdown scores in NFL Week 16. I've got four to dish out. Let's go ahead and dive into it. And we'll start with a player who did come through for us a couple weeks ago. Surprisingly, not on the ground, but throughout the air. And well, I say surprisingly because it's a running back, and it is Jonathan Taylor, the lead tailback for the Indianapolis Colts, minus a buck 20. You can see best price being offered for him to score on Sunday at Circus Sports. Our projections think very highly of him over at Stochastic. Jonathan Taylor's predicted to carry the ball 23 times for 103 rushing yards. Hey, if you're getting that many opportunities, you're thinking a lot of them could come in those goal line situations. Now, the Tennessee Titans defense has actually been pretty competitive for a majority of this season. They're only allowing 4.1 yards per carry, but they are giving up one rushing touchdown each game. And the thing that really screws this defense is the inability and the lack of success from their offense. I mean, Will Levis is freaking terrible, and they turn the ball over. They put their defense in bad field position with their backs against the wall. And even if they're up against a mediocre offense, like you could attribute to the Colts, that's going to grant them scoring opportunities to where their best playmaker in Jonathan Taylor can take advantage of that. So I know Mason Rudolph's coming in now, but yeah, he's going to be a little better than Levis, but not that much better. Still very prone and liable to turning the ball over and giving a layup of an opportunity for the Colts and hopefully Jonathan Taylor. Yes, Anthony Richardson always poses a threat to rush it in himself. But hey, again, Taylor's still going to get his looks. He has 5 rushing touchdowns on the year, hasn't scored one on the ground in about 5 weeks. But that's what we also said. He can pose a threat in the passing game, which is the way he cashed in for us the other week. Let's hope he could do it in some kind of capacity against the lowly Tennessee Titans. That's our first anytime touchdown bet. Jonathan Taylor minus a buck 20. We'll move along here with a guy that has cracked our list a couple of times, and that's George Kittle. Now, George Kittle has been getting steamed in the market, though. Before I started recording, he was plus 170 at DraftKings. Now, as you see on the screen, he has been ticked down 5 cents to plus 165. A sharp, respected sportsbook, Pinnacle, has him at plus 138. So the betting attention has gone toward George Kittle to find the end zone up against the Miami Dolphins in South Beach. Now I get it. It was an embarrassing performance from San Fran last game for them against the Rams, but they're going to reverse it here. Look, it's Kyle Shanahan, one of the best coaches in the league. They're going to be ticked off and they're going to be looking to score. I mean, obviously they are, but even more so than usual. And the Miami Dolphins are kind of in a weird cluster right now. They've been a very volatile bunch from the coaching staff to some of these players. I mean, they're all over the place. Yes, they've won their last 2 out of 3 games, but it hasn't really been pretty for this Miami Dolphins crew. Defensively, not bad. At the beginning of the year, they did a great job at containing tight ends. I mean, they didn't allow a passing touchdown to go to that position group until week 9. Since that point, though, 3 receiving touchdowns have occurred to opposing tight ends. Doesn't seem like much, but when you got one of the most dominant tight ends coming to town in George Kittle, that's certainly going to raise some eyebrows. And George Kittle isn't just a great tight end overall, one of the best in the red zone this season. He has been targeted in the red zone 18 times. Of those 18 targets, he's hauled in 16 receptions for 113 yards and 8 receiving touchdowns. He leads the team in red zone targets. Jawan Jennings comes behind him at about 14 targets and 5 touchdowns. But look, the 49ers are going to find some offense. I actually think they're going to have a great performance in that regard. Thus, a lot of opportunities we can hope for their top guy once they get there in George Kittle. The price of plus 165. Try to snag it before it keeps dropping down, but Kittle should be in a good position against Miami Dolphins this Sunday. All right, let's go to another play, which brings us to another tight end. Brock Bowers plus 185 at FanDuel to score against a Jaguars defense that is dead last in dropback EPA, dead last in opposing passing touchdowns allowed per game at 2 per contest. This team is terrible. Their defense is crap. If there was a time for Brock Bowers to score in the red zone, it is this game. He is the most targeted player in the red zone on the Las Vegas Raiders. I mean, 13 red zone targets, but interestingly enough, he has not scored any of his 4 touchdowns within the 20-yard line. It's been outside of the red zone. He's been doing it in a much more difficult fashion against this Jaguars team that is just crap. This is the time for him to actually capitalize in a little bit of an easier spot for him. And also, they've given up have the Jacksonville Jaguars 7 touchdowns to opposing tight ends this season. I want to make sure I got the number right. But yeah, 7 touchdowns to opposing tight ends. Now you're getting the rookie sensation who has just been outstanding. I get the quarterback situation for the Raiders has not been good, but they're still going to find their big man, and they're going to do it against arguably the worst secondary in the NFL. So count me in at plus 185 for Brock Bowers. This is the time for him to do it, man, and I'm going to take a stab at it. Our final play will take you to a primetime spot, Sunday Night Football, Bucky Irving. He was plus 105 a little bit earlier. Now he's down to even money at DraftKings. Pinnacle has him at minus 110. Other books like ESPN Bet, you got to lay minus $120 if you think Bucky's scoring against the league's worst rush defense. That's allowing 1.6 rushing touchdowns per game are the Dallas Cowboys. They're dead last in rush EPA per play allowed are the Dallas Cowboys. And in goal-to-go situations, look at this. I mean, they're allowing their opponents to score on over 89% of goal-to-go drives. Yeah, they've gotten a little bit better, but still, I mean, just bottom of the barrel are the Dallas Cowboys. The Bucs are going to be in control of this game. Bucky Irving is their guy. Now, they have split red zone snaps the last 2 games between him and Rachaad White. And that's why I've stayed away from Bucky Irving and Rachaad White, to be quite frank, because it's kind of a mixed bag. But Bucky Irving hasn't scored in a few games. He's coming off a great performance against a very respectful Los Angeles Chargers defense. He had 15 carries for 117 rushing yards. He is clearly the top guy. Give it to your main dude in this spot, going up against the weakest run defense. And heck, even if Rachaad White does get one early on, they're still going to have a lot of chances to get another, and they'll probably then set up Bucky Irving to do so. But if we knew for certain that Bucky was going to get the lead snaps in the red zone, man, this number might be upwards of minus 130, minus 140, minus 150. So if we can hopefully expect the coaching staff to put in the rightful player in Bucky Irving, then we'll look back and see that even money price and go, man, we got a really good bargain here against a crap run defense in Dallas. Bucky, please come through for us, my man. We are rooting for you. We're rooting for George Kittle, Brock Bowers, and also Jonathan Taylor. Those are the guys I'm sweating out for my anytime touchdown scores in week 16. As always, follow on Twitter at DannyBurke5 and let me know who you are betting to score a touchdown this upcoming Sunday and beyond. Leave them in the comments. We'll sweat it out together, my friends. And before I dip out of here, let me tell you about what we have going on with Portfolio EV, because it is the holidays. We got a great offer. Instead of $99.99 a month, you can get it for $49.99. Incredible offer. It expires December 26th, so make sure you get in touch with it now. Use code GIFTEV to get that exclusive offer. Portfolio EV has helped me a ton. Been crushing the NBA. We have so many testimonials of people, vocalizing the same. I mean, you could see it on our website. You could see it on Twitter. The proof is in the pudding. Great offer. Make sure you get it now. Lock it in. $49.99 Gift EV for Portfolio EV. And always, if you want to follow more of my action, Burke50 is the promo code. First week or month, 50% off with our Tails package for myself. You can check out other guys' offers as well at oddshopper.com. But hey, as always, thank you for tuning in. Best of luck with all your action in NFL Week 16. Enjoy the holidays. We'll talk again soon. Take care.